Hey guys, Nate from the 80/20 Drummer, and this is your lesson of the week. This week we're going back to one of the people who put me on the map. That's Mark Guiliana. I'll link to my very first Mark video, which for some reason caught on in the zeitgeist. You can check that out here. So I was just messing around these last few weeks with doing the ride cymbal pattern with the right hand and then kind of reversing it. And I came up with this thing that's a little like the Donnie McCaslin band type stuff, like maybe, what's it called? Stadium jazz? But let me show you it slowly and then we'll check out the genesis. So really slowly with the right hand on the hats, it goes like this. 5, 6. So I came up with this while I was messing around with the ride cymbal pattern and trying to see what would happen if I reversed it. So I was doing, and then, okay, what happens if we displace that by 1/8 and 1/16? So. Etc. So you can do that as a concept with kind of a fixed backbeat. So I haven't practiced this, but let me just show you. 3, 4. Etc. But what's really hip is when you're doing kind of a syncopation, so if you actually treat that as like a new phrase beginning and you sort of reset the ride cymbal. So there's a little trick to do that, which is you ghost the right hand. So say you're going, you want to switch to that offset. I find it helpful if your sticking is 3, 4. So do you hear that? So the other hip thing you can do with that is actually offset the kick notes versus where they would occur in the normal beat. So it's not just like a new breed coordinated independence exercise. It actually has an interesting new shape that you make with it. So instead of like, etc. like that, you actually offset the kick drum. So let me try to do this. Right, and so if you move that over to the ride cymbal, it adds a lot of interesting texture to your jazz right away. Like, and when you speed it up, if you're just improvising with it, so that sort of thing. So let's put it all back together for this Mark style beat, which is in a big 6. So that's going to sound like 4, 5, 6. And one thing I like to practice this with as well is with the hi-hat ghosting every eighth. So if we're thinking of the quarters here, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and either moving the right hand to the rim of the rack tom or to the ride cymbal. And those of you guys who are longtime fans know that I like to use the rim of the rack tom because it's dry. So you'll hear if you're really locking up or if you're flamming and playing sloppy. So let's try it. 4, 5, 6. To the right cymbal, 5, 6. So that's one of those things that you guys can mess around with, add your own shapes to. So this is a quickie, but hope you enjoyed it. This is the lesson of the week. Guys, if you've been following the channel for a while, you want to go a little deeper, I recommend checking out my course, the 80/20 coaching course. It only opens once every little while. We actually just had a launch where we opened it for new students. But if you'd like a gateway drug into what some of my more sort of structured sequential learning looks like, I recommend you click on the link on the screen right here. Check out my 3 free videos. It's 3 videos that will make you better in the next 3 weeks than you've gotten in the last 6 months. I know when you check them out, you want to trust me for all your drum instructional stuff. So thanks again. This is Nate from the 80/20 Drummer. This has been your lesson of the week. Talk to you later.